Welcome to another edition of Ask the Stewards, where I'm joined by Chairman of Stewards, Nick Murray. We've got a few things on the agenda to run across, including a change in national legislation. Nick, we'll get straight to it. There's been a change for the drivers' need to activate their gear, or their ability to activate their gear.
Yes, Michael, there's been an amendment to Australian Rule of Harness Racing 170 Part 1, which now allows drivers to have the option to activate gear with their feet as well as by their hand. So as of the 1st of November, drivers in Victoria will be able to activate gear by the use of their foot. All that the stewards require is that's done in an acceptable and approved manner.
What is it seen as the benefit to the change, or what's prompted the change?
The benefit is, particularly with drivers not being able to cross their reins to use the whip freehand, there has been the propensity in the past for drivers, when they do cross their reins and use the whip freehand, to automatically strike the horse with the use of the whip. So it'll prevent that action and also give the drivers seemingly greater control by having both hands on the reins and being able to activate gear with their feet at the same time.
Okay, so it's a continual improvement, or just a review of changes in the wake of the whip rule?
Correct, yeah. So hopefully drivers are able to do it in an acceptable manner, and the stewards require that the acceptable and improved manner of being able to use their feet to activate gear is done so in a sideways or upwards direction, and stewards will not permit or allow, and penalties may apply if drivers do use their feet to activate gear in a downwards motion from the sulky footrest, which would constitute potentially improper driving if their foot is placed in close proximity to make contact with a horse's hind leg. Okay,
great. Look, while we've got you here, we might as well have a quick chat about there was an unsuccessful protest at Tabcorp Park, Melton on Friday night. The protest was lodged by Josh Aiken, driver of second place Sky Flyer, against Leroy O'Brien, who was the driver of the winner Crown Dream. Can you just give us a little look? We might have a look at the tape.
Sure.
And just see the incident, I guess, itself.
Yes.
And then we'll go from there.
So you can see going into the back straight on the first occasion, Crown Dream, which is approximately 3 horses back on the marker peg line, gallops clear of interference. At that time, the horse remains in a gallop for a considerable distance, however is restrained back to a position at the rear of the field by its driver, Leroy O'Brien. Stewards considered a protest lodged by Josh Aiken, the driver of Sky Fly, who was second past the post, against Crown Dream being declared the winner. Stewards were explicitly mindful of Rule 154 Part 1, which states if a horse breaks during a race, its driver shall take immediate action to avoid interference with other runners, and without gaining an unfair advantage, restrain the horse to its correct gait before rejoining the race without interference to another runner. And stewards considered that Mr. O'Brien had complied with all the elements in that particular rule, and therefore the protest was dismissed.
Okay. Now, in this instance, I think the protesting driver, Josh Aiken, was fined instead. Do you want to take me through what the circumstances there are?
Sure. So on return to all clear, Mr. Aiken has the option to either lodge a protest directly with the all clear steward, or request to view the footage of an incident during the race, with the option then to lodge a protest if he deems fit. So from there, Mr. Aiken did lodge a protest. Stewards considered that the protest in the circumstances was frivolous, given that the horse in which he was protesting against and its driver had complied with the relevant rule of 1541 of the Australian Harness Racing Rules.
Okay, sure. Fantastic. Well, thanks, Nick. That's all we've really got time for. But look, if you have any further questions, please email through askthestewards@hrv.org.au. That's askthestewards@hrv.org.au. And Nick will attend to them quickly. Thanks for your time.